Texas also looks like a wagon, looks like a team. They got everything. Hell, they're winning with their backup QB, some guy from New Orleans they got. Just a backup recruit to the mighty Quinn Ewers, Dr. Pepper fame.
Arch, whoever.
Archie. What kind of name? Yeah, Arch. Yeah, the Arch guy. Anyway, they're rolling, but they have a big victory at Michigan. Then again, what exactly is that? Is all that impressive or not all that impressive? So they still got something to go here. What are you expecting out of this game Saturday? Pat, we'll start with you.
I think it's going to be a typical Red River game where it's going to probably be closer and weirder than we expect going in. Spread is big, 14.5. Their last 9 regular season games, only one has been decided by more than one score. That was that 49-0 wipeout 2 years ago when Oklahoma basically didn't have a quarterback. We'll see whether Michael Hawkins Jr. is a good quarterback. He's basically seen meaningful action in 2 games, so big step up for him here. Texas certainly looks better, has played better, but this is one where I would factor the rivalry in heavily in terms of expecting this to be contentious, competitive, and God knows what's going to happen because there's a lot of crazy stuff that often goes with this game. I'm looking forward to it, as always.
We're always looking to kind of anoint somebody as the most dominant at various points of the season, 6 weeks in. I think a lot of people would say that team's been Texas. Not a super tough schedule. Obviously, their biggest win is at Michigan, a team that now has 2 losses. But I think Texas and Ohio State are the ones that kind of come to mind as the programs that have been probably the most dominant. And we'll be able to get probably their biggest test yet. As Pat said, this game seems like it's always tight. It's shocking to me that the spread is what it is. Always feels like one of those, does Vegas know something we don't? Because this game is often really, really tight, and there are plenty of upsets, it seems like, in this one that unfold. Quinn Ewers is supposed to be back for Texas. That'll be huge. It sounds like he could have played last week if they had a game. They had a bye week. So sounds like he's going to be pretty healthy, and that'll be a big deal, big return for the Longhorns.
Ross, how big is this for Brent Venables? I feel like this game is going to turn on whether Michael Hawkins can complete a pass. Can they hold off the pass rush? He's obviously an excellent runner. First true freshman from OU to ever start the Red River game. Kind of wild. I mean, the game's 120 years old. I guess for a lot of those freshmen were ineligible, but still, how much you come in the SEC, they lose at home their opener to Tennessee. This is not a great Oklahoma team. They made the big comeback to beat Auburn, but how much pressure is there, or how much here I am putting pressure on guys after trying to tell people to relax. Of course, if you're 5-6-0, relax. But I'm just a hypocrite. It's okay.
That's right. We see you. We see you, Dan.
What do you think, Ross?
Well,
bail me out. It's a
maybe
bad
not
question.
I don't know. I don't think he has any pressure at all. We all remember back in June, I think we talked about it on the pod, when his contract was extended and he got a new 6-year deal, Dan. Total value of $52 million, average of $8.5 million a year, with probably a big whopper of a buyout. So, the money's hard to find.
I don't think the guy was going to hit Skid Row one way or the other. He's already, but yes, he's clipping coupons.
Yeah, no, I see what you say. Absolutely. Even though they won 10 games last year, and that was a big season after the 6-7 first year. All these jobs, a lot of these jobs are contingent, not really on winning and how consistently you can hit the 10-win mark. It's, can you win championships and can you beat your rival? And usually you have to beat your rival to win championships. That's what we've seen over the years. The Alabama-Auburn situation is similar. The Alabama-Tennessee situation, similar. Ohio State-Michigan situation. We just talked about Ryan Day and your rival. These rivalry games are important for recruiting and just for the standing of the university and your standing there. So, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty big pressure-packed moment. However, you would think that fans need to kind of understand the situation a little bit, right? Brent Venables is a year behind, right, of Steve Sarkisian. He's in his fourth year. Brent's in his third year. And Sark has just built Texas up roster-wise to something that OU probably isn't right yet. But maybe, shockingly, I know, but it takes time sometimes to build things. And you hope that everybody kind of understands that. But there's not a lot of understanding in college football.
Yeah, they don't understand. They don't want to understand. The only good news right now, if Oklahoma loses this game, is that Lincoln Riley's probably in worse shape than Venables is, and they do care about that at Oklahoma. There's definitely pressure. I think this first year in the SEC, you lost your big SEC opener to Tennessee. You came out of that thinking, well, Tennessee might be great. Oh, wait, but Tennessee just lost to Arkansas. Maybe Tennessee's not great. What does that say about us? Maybe we're not great either. Oh, no. And Texas may be getting away from us. Texas is a little more ready for the SEC than we are. Our remaining schedule is brutal. Got Mississippi on the road, Missouri on the road, LSU on the road, Alabama at home. There's, I think, some urgency to show up and be ready and play well in this game for Venables and for his freshman quarterback. You threw me off with that freshman quarterback thing, Dan. I was like, no way. What about Jamel Holloway? But Holloway took over when Troy Aikman broke his leg in 1985 in the fourth game of the year. And this is how different things were then. That season started September 28th. That was Oklahoma's first game. It was their fourth game, was against Miami October 19th, which was the game after Red River. So Aikman was the starting quarterback for the first four. Holloway took over as true freshman, led him to the national title.
They waited till late September to start the season?
September 28th was their season opener.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't believe that. That's not the way I remember things, but sure enough. So,
listen, I can't believe you questioned whether I would be factually correct on this podcast. When do I ever? Next thing you're gonna say I mispronounced the words. I insulted professional.
I'm here to fact check
here, Pat.
Big job.
I saw that note. Every time if I see a good note, I put it out there to make it seem like I know what I'm doing.
It's a good note. Made me look it up.
There you go. I don't know. This season can go sideways, and Oklahoma could be getting better, and this season can go sideways. I mean, there's 5 losses staring at them in a South Carolina game. I mean, you could be pretty good and lose to Texas, at Mississippi, at Missouri, Alabama, and at LSU. You could still be a pretty good team. But the thing about Oklahoma is they're always good. They always have a lot of wins. We're going to talk about this in a minute with this, like these Super League concepts. How do the fans react when you're 6-6 or 7-5 and you're still pretty good?
Sure ain't used to that at Oklahoma.
Right. And so that's the problem with adding, they used to be able to say, all right, we lost to Texas, but we got a little Big 12 roadkill here to take down, and we're still going to end up with 9-10, even in a bad year. That isn't the case with that schedule. They get them no favors with this schedule. It's exciting, but it's fraught with problems. Now, they can also, I'm not just writing off all 5 games. They can win some of them, but it's certainly no cakewalk to go. Even South Carolina, who knows what you're getting. But the bye week is gone, and the main Black Bears show up on November 2. That's